Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and safe. Stay home, stay safe and take prevention for this COVID-19. The same thing I am also doing in home by taking the prevention for COVID-19. So today we are going to start the next phase of the similar triangles. What is that? Next phase of the similar triangle. Next phase of the similar triangle will start from a theorem that is called as the converse of BPT. What is the converse? Converse means the opposite. Opposite of BPT. What is BPT? Basic proportionality theorem. Already you did it last video. The basic proportionality theorem. If a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle and it is just intersecting the other two sides in two distinct points, then definitely the other two sides will be in same ratio. That is called BPT, basic proportionality theorem. And today you are going to learn about the converse of the basic proportionality theorem. So let's learn it. So what is the converse of basic proportionality theorem? See now, the statement is, I said you, when you are starting a theorem, you have to start from the statement. What is the statement here? The statement is, if a line divides two sides of a triangle. If a line divides two sides of a triangle. So go for a triangle first. I draw a triangle for you. That is A, B, C. This is the triangle. Clear? So a line divides two sides of a triangle. What is given? A line, let D is the line which is dividing the two sides of the triangle. Two sides means AB and AC. So it is dividing the two sides. That means what is given to you? AD by BD is equal to SAE by EC. What is given? AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. Because this line is dividing AB and AC in two equal parts. So now you see, if two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, what is given? It is dividing the line in same ratio. For that reason I said you AD by BD is equal to A to E by E to C. So it is given. So then the line is parallel to the third side. Then we have to prove this is given. They are in same ratio. The lines are in same ratio. Now we are going to prove that this line which is drawn, it is parallel to the third side. So DE is parallel to BC. We have to prove that. Look at it. I hope you understood the figure. Now you see what is given in the statement. What is given? Given is, in a triangle ABC, DE is drawn such that AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. It is given to you because it is given to you two sides. The line divides two sides of a triangle in the same ratio. So take the ratio AD by BD, AE by EC. They are equal. Now, what is RTP? Right to proof. The right to prove is, we have to prove that this line, this DE line is parallel to BC. That one we have to prove it. So, right to prove is DE line is parallel to BC. We are going to prove that. See now how I am going to prove. So, there is a construction here. Don't forget, I not wrote for the place, but the construction, I am explaining the construction. Construction is there for you. Construction. See now, what is the construction I am writing? The construction is, draw a line parallel to BC. Assume that this line, look at it, DE dash is a line. It is in dotted line. So it is a construction. Constructions always will be in dotted line, by which you can easily understand that you construct that. What you are saying? Now DE is not parallel to BC. We have to prove that. We have to prove DE parallel to BC. So for our assumption, what you are doing? We are taking a line DE dash which is parallel to BC. We are thinking this DE dash is parallel to BC. Right here. Draw. Construction is like this. Draw DE dash line parallel to BC. Okay. Now by your construction is, draw DE dash line which is parallel to BC. Understood? Now you see the proof. how to go for the proof. So what is our given? Given is D is drawn such a that it divides the other two sides in same ratio. So AD by BD equal to AE by SEC. That is my given. Now what I construct? I construct a line DE dash which is parallel to BC. If DE dash is parallel to BC, these two lines are parallel, then definitely according to basic proportionality theorem, the sides will be in same ratio. Then what is the side now? AD by BD is equal to AE dash by E dash C. I hope you understood. Assume that DE is not parallel to BC. Now this DE line is not parallel with BC. We have to prove that. For that reason, what we did? We did a construction. What is the construction? We draw a line which is DE dash and it is parallel to BC. We have drawn it. If this line is parallel to BC, then according to basic proportionality theorem, the sides will be on same ratio. So what is the side? AD by BD. The sides are AD by BD is equal to AE dash by E dash C. AE dash by E dash C. Understood now? But what is your given? AD by BD. What is AD by BD? AE by EC. Okay. Now what came after the line drawn through construction? DE dash parallel to BC. What came now? Again same AD by BD. AD by BD is coming what? AE dash by E dash C. See now. Here AD by BD, AE by EC. Here AD by BD, AE dash by E dash C. So definitely these two are same. AE by EC is equal to AE dash by EC. Very simple to understand. But AD by BD I wrote here, it is in the given. What is given? AE by EC. Now what came? AD by BD, AE dash by EC. So look, AD by BD, this one. And same AD by BD is AE by EC. So these two are equal. Which two? AE dash by E dash C must be equal to AE by EC. I wrote it here. See, AE by EC is equal to AE dash by E dash C. See now what it is showing us. It is showing us EC is common in both, and AE is equal to AE dash. Mark this observation. AE is equal to AE dash. That means AE dash is equal to AE. So is there any E dash point? No, because this E dash point is coming to here, because this is equal to this. Now it is showing E dash and E point definitely coincides each other. That means this E dash point is coming to E. For that reason, AE, A to E became AE dash, AE dash. So this one became this one, same. That means there is no E dash point here. So this E dash point is now going to coincide with E now. So E dash point is coinciding with E now. So there is no line DE dash. So what is the line? DE. That is the line. DE dash you take as a construction. What is that? DE dash is parallel to BC. So now E dash is coinciding with E. Now what became your line? Your line became DE. So now DE is parallel to BC. That one we have to prove. DE parallel to BC. Each other. So DE parallel to BC. I hope you understood. It is the converse. Converse means he is saying you, if a line divides, if a line, it is not parallel with the other side. If a line divides the sides in same ratio, then we have to prove this line is parallel to the third side. That is the proof. RTP DE parallel to BC. I hope you understood the theory behind it. Practice it and nicely it will come to you. It is so easy. Come to the next part. What is the next part? The next part is the criteria for similarity of triangles. What is that? Criteria for similarity of triangles. Yesterday and in my last video I said you what are the criteria for a similarity. That is the corresponding angles in two triangles. The corresponding angles must be same and the sides should be in ratio. Then that is the condition for similarity. So what are the criteria? So in our last 9th or 8th classes we read about the criterions of similarity. Again I am reminding you, those criterions are written in red here. You see, first criterion is angle, angle, angle. That means in one triangle, the angle and in the other triangle, the angles are matching each other or equal to each other. Then it fulfills the similarity criterion. Angle, angle, angle criterion. So next one is side criterion. Three sides must match to each other, equal to each other. Then also they are called as similar triangles. And also SAS criterion, side, angle and side. Two sides and one angle, if it is matching or equal to the other triangle also, they are in similar. That is the similarity criterions. Then ASA congruency is there. That means angle and side, two angles and one side criterion is there, which is also giving you the similarity of triangles. Next step, the right angle, hypotenuse and side. This criterion, it is only used in the right angle triangles. Only used in right angles triangles. Clear? So now it is called as the RHS criterion, that is right angle, hypotenuse and side. So these are the criterions for similarity of triangles. So one by one it is given in your book, and today we are going to prove them. How these criterions are giving you the similarity. See now, first theorem in your book is the statement I wrote here. See the statement. In two triangles, if the corresponding angles are equal, what is given? Corresponding angles are equal. It is giving you corresponding angles are equal. How many triangles? Two triangles. So I did your figure C. Two triangles are there. One is called ABC, another is called DEF. So two triangles I draw. What is said? If the corresponding angles are equal. Corresponding angles means angle A is equal to angle D, angle B is equal to, I am putting a double here, angle E, then angles, for your understanding, angle C, I put 3 here. So angle C is equal to angle F. So now angle A is equal to angle D, angle B is equal to angle E, and angle C is equal to angle F. It is given to you in your statement. If two triangles, if the corresponding angles are equal, understood now? Then the sides opposite to equal angles, these two are the equal angles. What is the side opposite to them? BC and EF. And what is this? These two angles are same. So what is the opposite side for them? AC and DF. These two angles are same, F and C. So what is the side opposite to them? DE and AB. They are in same ratio. This is also given to you. They are in same ratio. You have to prove that these sides will be on same ratio. So what is given to you? Corresponding angles are equal. You have to prove if the angles are equal, the sides opposite to equal angles. Sides opposite to equal angles. These two equal angles. So opposite to them is BC and EF are in same ratio. So we have to prove AB by DE is equal to BC by EF is equal to AC by DF. I hope you understood it very nicely. So and hence if the sides are in ratio, then it fulfills the what? Similarity criterion. So if the sides are in ratio and the angles are already equal, it is given to you, then the two triangles are said to be similar. That is saying hence we can say that two triangles are similar. So I hope you understood this figure. So after figure, what is that? Given. See what is the given? In triangle ABC and DEF, angle A equal to angle D, angle B equal to angle E, angle C equal to angle F. It is given to you. I wrote here. Clear? Now what to prove? Right to prove is equal angles opposite sides. Equal angles opposite, A angle opposite BC, B angle opposite EF. These two are same. So BC by EF, then B angle opposite AC, E angle opposite is DF, SC by DF, then F angle opposite is DE, and C angle opposite is AB, AB by DE. I wrote here AB by DE must be equal to AC by DF must be equal to BC by EF. If they are in same ratio, we have to prove that triangle ABC similar with triangle DEF. Understood now? Now one thing I did it here, that is in the red mark here, that is my construction in dotted line. So in dotted line all are constructions. Construction, locate points PQ. You have to locate points PQ on DE and DF. You have to locate 2 points, D and D, which is on DE and DF respectively, such that AP must be equal to DP. That means what measurement you are cutting? You are cutting AB. AB measurement you are cutting and cutting it from DP and putting the name P. Similarly, AC measurement you are taking and cutting it from D and putting the name Q. Then join PQ. Understood now? So now you see this is the triangle having the same shape and measurement also. For that reason, shape and size also. So ABC triangle and DPQ triangle are congruent. I said you, if the shape and the size both are same, then the two triangles are said to be congruent triangles. That one you have to understand. That is my construction. What is the construction? I make ABC angle congruent with DPQ angle by cutting AB and cutting AC and joining PQ. That is written here. Locate the points P and Q on DI and DF respectively, and such that AB must be equal to DP and AC must be equal to DP, AB must be equal to DP and AQ must be equal to DQ, and join PQ. Clear? Now ABC triangle is congruent with DPQ triangle. Why? Because they have the same shape and same size also. So these two triangles are congruent. I am putting dotted line by which it will be easy to understand. These two triangles are congruent. Clear now? Now come to the proof. What is the proof? See, very simple proof. 2-3 lines proof. So it's not so difficult theorems, but you have to practice them nicely. Proof in figure. What is in the figure? A triangle ABC congruent. This is congruent symbol. Congruent symbol. Unequal with a similar sign. That is congruent with triangle DPQ. So ABC triangle is congruent with DPQ. By construction we did it. So what happened? If they are congruent, then look at this. B angle must be equal to P angle. And the C angle must be equal to Q angle. Okay. Now you see, angle A and angle D already same. Angle B and angle P must be same because these two are congruent now. And angle C and angle Q will be compulsory same because these are congruent. So what he did? But P angle is equal to E angle. Why? Because these two angles are also same. Having the parallel line, because this is the line which is, what is this? This is the line which is bisecting the side into two halves. Look at it. I wrote it here. Angle triangle ABC congruent with triangle DPQ implies B angle must be equal to P angle, but B angle is equal to what? E angle. So P angle will be equal to E angle. B angle equal to E angle. Now B angle is equal to P angle. So B angle is equal to E angle also. So P angle is equal to B angle. So B, P, E. Three angles are same. If these two angles are same, what is these two angles called as? Alternate angles. So now this is a line, this is a line, this is a transversal. So now these two angles are same like this, these two angles are same. Definitely PQ is parallel to EF. If PQ is parallel to EF, in this triangle we can apply BPT, basic proportionality theorem. That is dP by PE is equal to dQ by QF. I wrote here dP by PE is equal to dQ by QF because now it obeys the basic proportionality theorem. Next, similarly we can say AB by DE. Why AB? Because DP is equal to AB. So I can write AB and AB by DE. AB, what is that? AB is equal to AB by DE is there. So we can put here in AB, in place of DP we can put AB. So in place of DP we can put AB. So AB by DE is equal to what? AC by DF. AC by DF. Okay. We can prove like this. If it is coming like that, you can write here equal to BC by EF. Now the sides came under ratio. If the sides are coming under ratio, compulsory these two triangles are, big triangles are similar. I hope you understood it. These are the criterions. Try to remember and practice it nicely, by which you can do it nicely. Now come to the next part. Next part is the next theorem. Already just before I said you about the angle criterion. Now come to the next one, that is called side criterion. What is this theorem statement is about? Let's read it. Statement is in two triangles ABC and DEF triangle, if the sides of one triangle are proportional to the corresponding sides of the other triangle. What is given? Sides of one triangle. You see, sides of one triangle are proportional to the corresponding sides of the other triangle. This is the most important line. Here, what is the given to you? Sides of one triangle is in proportion with the sides of the other triangle. That means AB by DE is equal to AC by DF equal to BC by EF. It is given to you. So now you see, then their corresponding angles are equal. That is, you have to prove. You have to prove that their corresponding angles are equal. That means A angle must be equal to D angle, B angle is equal to E angle, and C angle will be equal to F angle. That one we have to prove. Then there is a simple construction as usual. Last theorem you did the construction, the same construction. You are just taking the measurement of AB and it cutting from DE and putting up the name P. Same AC cut down from D point and putting the name Q. Join PQ. That is written here. Locate the points P and Q on DE. On DE is P, DF is Q. DE and DF respectively, such that AB equal to DP. Look, AB, A to B is equal to D to P. That means AB is equal to DP and AC is equal to DQ and AC equal to GQ. Join P and Q. Join P and Q. Understood this construction? Now, what he said? Now you see AB is equal to DP and AC is equal to DQ. It is in the construction. So now you join the P and Q point. Come to the proof. Proof is very simple and easy. Nothing in it, but try to learn that. See now. Proof. What is given? Let's come to these two triangles. See. ABC and DPQ. In this two triangle, he said DP by PE. See. Just this triangle is now here. So now come to in this theorem. Go to the triangle DPQ and DEF, big triangle and the small triangle. Clear? Because this triangle is already here now. So you have to take this small triangle and the big triangle. In this two triangle, you say me, what is the relation now? You said DP by, they are saying the sides are proportional to the corresponding sides of the other triangle. This small triangle is DP. Then the big triangle side is DE. They are in proportion. So DP by DE written. Okay. DP by DE is equal to DQ by DF. Or in this triangle you see DP is equal to PE. DQ is equal to QF. So DP by PE. DP by PE is equal to DQ by QF. DQ by QF. And you see PQ is parallel to EF. Why PQ is parallel to EF? Because the angle, this corresponding sides, the equal sides, the PQ is parallel to EF now. See, PQ is parallel to EF. So because this line is dividing this side into two parts. That is DP intersecting the side into two parts. If a line drawn, go to BPT. If a line drawn and intersecting the other two lines in same ratio, then compulsory this line is parallel to this line. So PQ is parallel to EF. That is written here. If PQ is parallel to EF, then what is P angle and E angle? They are called alternate angles. What are the alternate angles? And these two are also same. That is P angle is equal to Q angle and Q angle is equal to F angle. That one I wrote here. Understood? Again I am saying DP by PE. Now this line is joining. And just to you see, this line is dividing in same ratio. That means DP by PE is equal to DQ by QF. Go to the BPT. When the line is intersecting the other two sides in same ratio, then what you can say? This line is parallel to this line. So PQ is parallel to EF. So now it is written there. And P angle will be equal to Q angle and P angle will be E angle and Q angle equal to F angle. It is written. Now you see dP by dE is equal to dQ by QDF and PQ by EF. What is written? See dP by dE. dP, if these two, this is obeying the basic proportionality theorem, then what we can see again? The small by big dP by dE, the small by big dQ by QF is equal to PQ by EF. It is equal to PQ by EF. That is written here. dP by dE, dQ by dF equal to PQ by EF. So definitely the third side will be equal to this EF. But what is this EF? EF is equal to what? BC. So BC is equal to PQ. Now PQ is equal to EF. EF equal to BC. So BC is equal to PQ. That is written here. BC is equal to PQ. For that reason, this triangle and this triangle are congruent. ABC triangle congruent with congruent. Same in size and also angles are same. So we can write now proof. We can prove that this angle is equal to this angle equal to this angle, and this angle equal to this angle. That means A angle equal to D angle, B angle equal to B angle, and C angle equal to Q angle. We can prove. That is our proof. See now the angles will be same. So what is the statement again? If two triangles, if the sides of one triangle are proportional to the corresponding sides of the other triangle, sides are in proportion, then their corresponding angles are equal. We have to prove that these angles are equal to each other. I hope you understood it. So now I completed the second part, that is SSS congruence criterion, similarity criterion. Okay. Now come to the next part of the similarity criterion, that is SAS criteria for similarity. So I wrote here that the theorem on that is SAS criteria you have to apply, that is side, angle, side. Okay. That means two sides and one angle is involving here. So now what is the statement? Go to the statement, very easy. If one angle of a triangle is equal to one angle of the other triangle, it is equal to the one angle of the other triangle, and the sides including these angles, sides. Suppose I took two triangles now, ABC and DEF, two triangles are there. So one angle of a triangle, so ABC, let ABC triangle, the angle is A, and DEF, the angle is D. So what he is saying, if one angle of a triangle is equal to one angle of the other triangle, that means A angle equal to D angle, that is given to you. And also what is given, see, the sides including these triangles. What is the side including in A angle? That is AB and AC. Then what is the side including in D angle? That is DE and DF are proportional. That is given to you. Are proportional. That means AB by DE is equal to AC by DF. So they are in proportional. So now what to prove? Then the two triangles are similar. You should prove that ABC triangle is similar to DEF triangle. I hope it is clear to you. Let's come to the given. I wrote here given, see, in triangle ABC and triangle DEF. What is that? Two angles are same. A angle equal to D angle. He said you. I wrote here A angle equal to D angle, and the sides including the A angle is AC, and the sides including the D angle is DE and EF. They are in proportion. So AB by DE is equal to AC by DF. It is given to you. Now your proof. What is right to prove? Triangle ABC is similar to triangle DF. You have to prove that the triangle ABC is similar to triangle DF. Both the triangles are similar. We have to prove. Now the construction, the same construction as you did in the last. Same. Go for AB measurement to cut from the D. It is D and the point is P. And AC measurement to cut from the D, that is DQ. So AC is equal to DQ and AB equal to PQ. These two sides are same. And if the points coming in DE and DF is PQ, join PQ. So DE and DF, on DE is P point, and on DF it is Q point, join PQ. So locate the points PQ on DE and DF respectively, and such that AB will be equal to DP and AC is equal to DQ and join PQ. So PQ is joined. So another triangle also formed, that is DPQ. DPQ triangle relation with ABC. So now AB is here and AC is here and one angle is same. So what can I say? These two triangles are similar. I can say. Let's prove it. Now go for the proof. PQ is parallel to EF. Why PQ is parallel to EF? Because look, what is given to you? AB by DE. AB by DE. It is given to you is equal to AC by DF. It is given to you. So now you see what is AB? AB is equal to DP. So I can write in every place I can put dP by DE. In every place I can put here dP by DE. So what it became? It became now C. It became now dP by DE is equal to, in the AC place what I can put? dQ. So now it is this dQ by dF. dQ by dF. Clear now? So if the line, come to the basic proportionality theorem. If a line joining the two sides and intersecting the two sides in same ratio, look, dP by DE, dP by DE, dQ by dF, then definitely this line is parallel to this line. That one it is written here, PQ is parallel to EF. Understood why PQ is parallel to EF? Because dP by DE is coming dQ by dF. So it is from the given, AB is equal to dP from construction. So every place, in every place I put dP and it is DE. Now you see in AC place I put dQ and dF. So dP by DE is equal to dQ by dF. So dP by DE, small by big, small by big. It is the basic proportionality theorem. For that reason, this line drawn is parallel to the third side. What is the third side? EF. So PQ is parallel to EF now. Therefore, what you can say? This two triangle is congruent now. Why? Side, angle, side. Side, angle, side are congruent now. Because AB is equal to dP, SC is equal to dQ and two angles are same. It is given. For that reason, these two triangles are congruent. If they are congruent, then A angle will be equal to D angle. Then B angle will be equal to P angle. B angle will be, I will put in here the angle sign. You see B angle I am taking single. B angle must be equal to P angle and C angle I am taking 3 and then equal to C. Why? Because these two triangles are congruent now. So all the angles will be same. A angle equal to D angle, B angle will be equal to P angle and also C angle will be equal to Q angle. C angle equal to Q angle. But now you see, for that reason, these two triangles are congruent. So now you see these two triangles are congruent. So definitely in the ABC triangle and a DEF triangle. So this two triangle is congruent. So definitely this triangle is congruent with the big one, DEF. Why? Because these two triangles are also congruent, small and big, because they are congruent to each other. Because B angle will be equal to E angle, P angle will be equal to E angle, because alternate angle, and the C angle will be equal to F angle. So B angle is equal to E angle, A angle, C angle equal to F angle, and A angle equal to D angle. Definitely, it is the AAA similarity. For that reason, triangle ABC is similar with triangle DEF. Understood? I hope you understood. And these two similarity theorems, it is not there in the book. If possible, I will say to you. And it's a construction. You have to, when you are watching this video, you have to sit with your all the construction equipments with you, rounder, compass, scale, erasers, everything will be with you, and watch the video, then try to start to do the construction. So construction you have to do do very neatly and nicely. So let's I am explaining you your first construction is a very important construction. Definitely this type of constructions will come in your exam. Compulsory questions from these constructions. So very less constructions are there, but this type of construction questions will come in the exam, sure. So please try to understand it very carefully, and this is the serious part of this similar triangles. Theorem and constructions are the compulsory questions in the exams. So you have to try it. So now you see this construction, division of a line segment using Thales theorem. Division of a line segment. Division of a line segment. A line segment will be given to you, maybe of 8 cm, maybe 7 cm, 6 cm, any whatever it may be. A line segment will be given to you. You have to divide it by using Thales theorem by using basic proportionality theorem, BPT or Thales theorem. How to do? I am just explaining you now. See, given a line segment AB, AB is a line segment given to you now. Let it be 8 centimeter. We have to divide it in m:n ratio. M, this part is m, this part is n. So we have to divide it in m:n ratio. So sometimes m will be greater than n, sometimes m will be less than n. Example 3:2, 2:3. Don't worry about that. How I am doing? See now. So where m and n are both positive integers, so m and n cannot be negative because it is a ratio, and also they cannot be negative. Among them, one cannot be negative also. All will be positive integers. Okay, so positive integers. 0 right hand side. So this division. See now, one question I am giving. This type of question came in a board exam. So I am solving this question and explaining you, by which you can also know how to do these constructions. Okay. So what is the question? Divide AB equal to 8 centimeter. AB equal to 8 centimeter. So AB to be divided in ratio 3:2. M:n. This is n, this is n. M:n ratio. Clear now? So very simply I wrote the question and I am explaining you how to division. The solution is, see now what I did. First AB 8 centimeter. I took AB equal to 8 centimeter. Understood now? You took AB equal to 8 centimeter. First, understood now? Then put, after taking, immediately put the names and the measurements. Okay. Now we have to divide it in 3:2 ratio. So first of all, when this type of constructions will be given to you, first in A point, you see in A point, in below you have to take a acute angle. The appropriate acute angle and easy acute angle is 60 degree. So draw a 60 degree here at A point, not up, below. Clear? And below you have to draw a 60 degree. Look, I am doing, I took a arc and I cut here. First cut is my 60 degree. Then I extending this one to AX. That one I did here. A point, I draw a 60 degree. Then I extend it up to X. Understood now? Extend it up to X. Now come to your ratio. What is your ratio? 3:2. See now, M is what? M is greater than N. Then when M is greater than N, are then. This is the trick, remember. M is greater than N, are then. 3 plus 2, 5. Now this line, you do 5 parts. This line, you do 5 parts. This one, you already go for the 60 degree angle. So that cannot be taken as a division point. From here, we are going to, so that 60 degree measurement you took, that 60 degree measurement also you can take here to go for 5 parts. See now, from here, this is a 60 degree measurement, and I go from here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So like that, from here, not from here. This is from here. It is 60 degree. Forget it. Don't touch this one. From here you start division. That is A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Understood now? A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5. I hope you understood. Now how the divisions, from here I did the division, not from here. From here I don't go for my divisions. Then A5, after coming A5 you join to the B. A5 is joined to B. See now, A5 is joined to B. You understood now? This is divided by 5 parts. Now the fifth part, last part is joined to my B. Last part is joined to my B. After joining, this type of figure will come. Okay? Now the most important thing. What is that? Now 3:2. So now in this, where is 3? 3 is here. You see 3 is here. 1, 2, 3. In here, you take an arc. Like this, you take an arc. Put your compass and put an arc. Understood? Put a compass and take an arc. At which point? 3 point. Because 3 is here. 3 point. What is here? That point you have to take. Clear? Now it is. Now, put your compass here. Put your compass here. And take the measurement of this angle. A good measurement you take. Don't take too small measurement. Too good measurement you take. So this is the measurement of the angle here. Understood now? Put your compass here. Go for an arc cutting. then take the measurement. This is the measurement. See now, this to this is the measurement. That measurement you come to cut from here. Put your compass here and cut this measurement. In compass you take, and from here you cut it. From here you cut it. Understood now? Go for a measurement here. Now take this measurement and cut it from this arc. Cut it from this arc. Look at it. Clear? Now I am going to join this. Now I am going to join this. Clear now? Now you see, when I am joining, these two lines are looking parallel to each other. These two lines are looking parallel to each other. So what I did, at 3 point, I take an arc, I took a measurement of this angle by my compass, then I took this measurement and I cut it from here and join it, and by which it will look parallel to each other. Now where it is touching, that is called as the C point. Construction is over here. Now you see this line is divided into 3 parts to 2 parts. Clear now? Now it is 3 part and it is 2 part. Write this and write the steps. So what are the steps? First step, take line AB equal to 8 centimeter. Then draw an acute angle. Draw an acute angle. Say like this. At A point, draw an acute angle and extend it up to AX. Then divide AX into 5 parts because it is 3:2. Then add it. 3:2. Very clearly it is M is greater than N. M is greater than N. So add it. Then 5 parts. The parts will be taken from here. 60-degree cutting. From here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last part you write A5, join A5 and B. Now go to 3. Come to A3. Take an arc at A3 and cut the measurement. Which angle this is? A, A5, B. This angle. This angle measurement is going to cut from here. Okay. Now join and extend it. It is going to meet the AB at C point. Now you say our AB line is divided into 3:2 ratio. 3 part to 2 part. Now a question will come to your mind. Sir, if it is 2:3, I did it here for you, 2:3. Now you see, here your M is less than N, where M is less than N. When M is less than N, don't add it. Take the bigger part. What is the bigger part? 3. So same, take AB equal to 8 centimeter, take a acute angle 60-degree, go for it, and how much part you will cut? The bigger part. How much? What is the bigger part here? 3. So 1, 2, 3. Clear? Don't add it. Don't add it. Try to remember, that is important. Don't add it. So it is the bigger part you are going to cut. So how many parts you are dividing? 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Now A3 and B is joined. What the arc should be taken? With which point? It is from the 2 point. So A1, A2. So in this, take an arc, go for a measurement of this angle, and take the measurement and cut it and join it. These two lines will be parallel, and where it is joining, that is your C point. Now it is divided into 2 part to 3 part. So I just right now explained you about a line division in different ratios. That means M greater than N, 3:2, and M less than N, 2:3. I hope you understood it and practice it nicely. Take some lines from your own, take some ratios from your own, and try to do as many line divisions as you can for your better practice. And also the theorems, practice it, statements, go to remember it. I hope you understood all the things today. Have a good day. Thank you very much.